Next up, Hon Hai Precision, otherwise known as Foxconn Technology. It is a Taiwanese electronics contract manufacturer. So it makes all the well-known devices, iPad, iPhone, Kindle, PlayStation 4, Xbox. It has a market cap of $62 billion, a PE ratio of 13 and a dividend yield of 4.2%. So they're predominantly based in Taiwan, head office-wise, but actually all the factories are in China.
Yeah.
So that's where you see those pictures of thousands of Chinese people assembling the iPhones and the iPads. That's essentially Foxconn.
Yeah, and that's essentially something that they're trying to stop. So they want to have thousands of robots.
It's the biggest private employer in China.
That is amazing. So I mean, and that's one of the reasons that they've been struggling a little bit more recently is their labor cost has been going up because the Chinese market has changed. And
exactly, you've got 300 odd million people now in the middle class, and they don't exactly want to do that kind of work.
They do not, and I mean, there are also people are kind of becoming a lot more involved in how are things being made. An Apple consumer does not want a child like putting together that phone. I mean, we saw that whole debacle with Nike a few years back. You do not want that to happen to you. So these companies either need to automate or they will see their margins kind of slimming down. And Hon Hai has decided to go the automation route in order to maintain margin. One nice thing for them at the moment, though, is these new iPhone launches, so they will likely benefit from that. And they've also recently made an acquisition. They bought Sharp in order to get a better kind of foothold on those LED screens as well. So kind of competing with Samsung on that ground.
So they are very much engraved into this industry. They will benefit as people use more smartphones. If you have a look at the share price, I mean, it's been hell of a choppy.
Yeah.
Not very good margins. You feel like they make these beautiful products for Apple. Apple slap their brand and design on it and sell it for literally 4 times the price.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens here. And the reason why the share price is choppy is because revenue is choppy. Because revenue is choppy because they make a big order of smartphones at the launch.
So iPhone 10 now, they're probably working, day and night, 24 hours a day, getting those onto the production line.
Exactly. Apple pays them, and then for months on end, they won't have any work.
Down. Yeah.
So, or they'll have like a little trickle of orders coming through, but they won't have that initial big, fat, chunky order. Whereas iPhone they'll have their big little boost, and then they'll continue to get subscription revenue. So Apple will continue to get subscription revenue. They'll continue selling Macs. They'll launch a new watch. So they can kind of manage their revenue stream a lot better than this company can because it is so dependent on those initial orders.
So hot or not?
I don't like cyclical companies like this, especially from a long-term perspective. And even though the valuation doesn't look bad on 13 times, for a cyclical company, I tend to look at rather picking them up in single-digit PEs. So for me, it's a not.
Going to agree with you there. We're definitely on sync today. So not hot on Foxconn.